weeks, many schools across Acadiana will offer free breakfast and lunch to its students. It's all a part of the Healthy, Hunger-Free Kids Act of 2010. Schools that qualify have at least 40% of students in the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. In Acadiana, there are almost 100 schools that have qualified. As our Carrie Bill reports, for many parents, this program is a lifesaver. This story all new right here at 6.
Mornings can be tough on a lot of us, especially when there's many mouths to feed.
Trying to feed 4 kids, get myself ready, and especially my husband works offshore, so it was crazy in the morning. So I'm just looking forward to a much easier morning.
Easier thanks to a new program in Vermillion Parish providing free breakfasts and lunches to students.
We know by our numbers that we have low participation in breakfast.
And that's why Vermillion Parish Superintendent Jerome Pio says the biggest focus is breakfast.
Kellogg's products, Pop-Tarts, but we're also going to have fresh fruits, string cheese, we'll have milk and juice, fresh apples.
Now you may be wondering, are snacks like Pop-Tarts really healthy? Well, these Pop-Tarts have 21 grams of whole grain, and Superintendent Jerome Pio says that students will also have to have their breakfast with 2 of the following: fruits, protein, or dairy.
When you look at the packaging, it's interesting for the students.
Healthy in foods Pio says students will eat.
And I'm just very excited. You know, that's going to save me a lot of money.
In Vermillion Parish, Carrie Beal, KATC TV3.
And for a complete list of Acadiana schools now using universal free breakfast and lunch, head over to KATC.com. Still ahead here at 6, our look at the upcoming football season continues in sports. A look at another of UL's opponents, as well as when you can catch your high school team on the Acadiana Kickoff Tour. But first, Rob's Tribute Forecast for your weekend. It's coming up next.
From the KATC Weather Lab, here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back and welcome to the weekend. Well, apparently yesterday's weak frontal boundary, a bona fide cool front, bringing our temperatures down into the mid-90s this afternoon, and much more comfortable humidity. This weekend will feature lots of sunshine, hot temperatures, but at least comfortable humidity through at least 2/3 of the weekend anyway. So let's take a look at Power Doppler HD. All the shower activity, significant shower activity, has pushed well out into the Gulf of Mexico as we dial into the regional Doppler radars. We can see storms offshore southeast Louisiana and well south of the Texas-Louisiana border. Only active weather at least close to home, or if you're out at the beach, right along the beach areas of the Florida Panhandle with some pretty hefty storms. It looks like heading for perhaps the Gulf Shores area, and it looks like portions of coastal Alabama and extreme southwestern part of the Florida Panhandle. And that's about it locally. We open it on up. You can see those storms enhanced on the infrared imagery and those bigger storms offshore. And notice on our wind product, a little bit of a broad low pressure trough showing up here, weak area of low pressure. We don't think this is going to do a whole lot over the next several days, but more than likely the moisture out here is gradually going to work its way back northward and then maybe northwestward as we go into next week, engendering at least the chance of showers and thunderstorms during the course of the afternoon. This weekend is going to be dry thanks to nice northerly winds. In fact, you could almost see a sea breeze trying to form along the coast today, but the north winds dominating. Not so over extreme southeast Louisiana, but by and large, most of us enjoying drier, more pleasant humidity and temperatures for that matter. Look at this, 94 the high, 77 the morning start, and it's been several weeks since we could say near normal temperature-wise. No records being threatened for a change after a very hot yesterday. And this is the way it's going to end for the month. Only 2 inches of rain. Normally July, one of our wettest of the year, one of the wettest months of the year. Not so this year, but fortunately we're still banking on that wet May and June. But we could use some substantial rain. Some of you got it yesterday. And on top of that, strong winds as well, with some local wind damage being reported in around the Abbeville area late yesterday evening. 92 degrees right now. Look at that dew point at 66, so that feels like temperature is 95. That's downright pleasant. Nice breeze out of the north-northeast this afternoon, and that will continue through tomorrow. And notice much of the state enjoying temperatures low to mid-90s across the board. Hottest temperatures getting pushed back into Texas and offshore. Expect a pretty good north breeze. So if you're going to do some boating, don't venture off too far offshore because you'll be fighting that wind on the way back in. Temperatures tonight lower 70s. That happens once in a blue moon, pun intended. Temperatures tomorrow, though, rise into the mid to upper 90s. Our model going for about 97 to 99. The high may not get that hot, but more importantly, we'll start off in the lower 70s, and that humidity is going to be much more comfortable. Normally, during the height of afternoon heating, we're in the 50% range. Tomorrow, down in the 30% range. So certainly good news there. Feeling much more comfortable with dew points tomorrow in the lower 60s during the afternoon. So we start off the day tomorrow with lots of sunshine, lower 70s, warm up into the lower 90s by midday, and by the latter part of the afternoon, plenty of sun, temperatures in the mid 90s, but that north breeze will continue throughout tomorrow afternoon and perhaps last into tomorrow evening, where we could see temperatures once again in the lower 70s. And as we head into Sunday, more of the same, sunny skies, maybe an isolated shower southeast Louisiana, but most of us stay dry. As we go into Monday, we start to see that moisture moving northward out of the Gulf, hopefully supplying enough moisture for a few afternoon storms for Monday afternoon. Tonight, though, feeling good out there with that full blue moon as well, 71, the overnight low. Then tomorrow, lots of sunshine, comfortable humidity for the summertime, 96 to 97 the high, with a nice breeze out of the north-northeast. As we go into Sunday, much the same. Temperatures topping out in the mid to upper 90s, mid 90s for the most part next week, with at least the chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. We'll go with rain chances generally in the 20% range. A couple of days maybe a little bit higher than that.
Okay, let's talk about the blue moon. It's not actually going to be blue.
No, it's going to be the same color.
Right.
It's the second full moon that we see in a month. So that happens every couple of years. So
a blue moon.
A blue moon.
There we go. And still to come on KDC, a toddler obsessed with attorney Morris Bart. Make it a chance to meet his hero. We'll tell you about his mother's crafty way of making that happen. And also, it's time now to donate some school supplies to help kids in this area. We'll tell you where you can drop off those items at 6:20. Two New Orleans residents accused of killing a Metairie man and his son in April are formally charged by a Jefferson Parish grand jury. Dexter Allen is indicted on second-degree murder charges in the shooting death of David Pence and his son Nicholas at their home. Haraquan DeGray was charged with principal to these murders. The two were arrested in April after leading police in New Orleans on a chase there. An aggravated rape case more than 15 years old is now solved in Lake Charles. Police say the victim was jogging near the Lake Charles Civic Center in October 1999 when she was severely beaten and sexually assaulted. The case was reopened in December. Now an arrest warrant is out for Austin Mott Jr. Police say Mott is a registered sex offender, currently serving time in Texas for an unrelated sex offense. A Baton Rouge daycare no longer has a license after a complaint that a child was left at a restaurant during a field trip in May. Inspectors say Our Blessings Christian Daycare and Learning Center did not notify the parents or the Department of Education of the incident. Well, the Prairieville toddler obsessed with personal injury attorney Morris Bart could get a chance to meet the lawyer soon. Grayson's 2-year-old birthday party was Morris Bart themed and is going around the nation and the world. Bart learned of the party, donating autographed photos and shirts, and has even offered to meet the toddler many times. So Grayson's mother is taking it to the next level, using potty training success as an incentive for Grayson to meet his favorite celebrity. I totally understand what that's all about. And still to come, the buses are stuffed thanks to the community, and the United Way of Acadiana will have more from that event after the break, plus how you can participate in this year's Tools for Schools supply drive.
That's funny. Did I turn it on? Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Just get on it.
The 10th annual Stuff the Bus school supply drive by United Way of Acadiana wrapped up this afternoon. The supplies collected today at the United Way and Lafayette Surgical Specialty Hospital will be distributed to thousands of Acadiana students at more than 50 area schools.
Last year alone, United Way of Acadiana helped over 4,300 students have the supplies they needed to be successful in the classroom. And of course, this is important for the teachers, that their kids are supplied, and it helps to put all the kids on an equal playing field.
And KATC's school supply drive is also underway, so if you didn't get a chance to donate today, don't worry, you still have time. We need your help to make sure all children in Acadiana have the supplies they need this upcoming school year. Until August 9th, you can drop off donations in our bins at participating Walmarts. It's a joint effort between KATC, Jim Olivier Family of Companies, and United Way. United Way is responsible for distributing the supplies to children. And as always, everything donated in your parish stays right there in your parish. And Claire Langlois here with us, everybody. We're talking one of my favorite subjects, football.
Football, of course. We're previewing the UL game against South Alabama and a little bit of an update on some LSU players who are off the hook. All of that coming up after this timeout.
It's time for sports with KATC TV3's Claire Langlois.
We're through 8 weeks of our preseason previews for the Cajuns. In Week 9, they'll be taking on South Alabama. Let's see what's in store. South Alabama is coming off of a successful year in the Sun Belt. They got to their first ever bowl game, the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. Though they lost to Bowling Green, it was a testament to just how far the team had come. But they took a heavy loss. Many of the seniors graduated, including 17 of the Jaguars starters. But they do get a gift. With UAB's football program dissolving, South Al gets their old offensive coordinator back, Bryant Vincent, and as well as several of his players over at UAB, which brings some much-needed experience to the starting rotation.
The great thing is they've been able to take our system, who, Coach Vincent, when he left South, went to UAB and basically took the same system with a few tweaks here and there. Coming back, now those guys had no learning curve with terminologies. They were, from day one, they were able to play well at a high level. So we're excited about that. When losing so many seniors, so many starters, they came in and were able to fill a void on offense that was highly needed.
That was really crucial for those guys to be able to come in, and there's quite a few guys on offense that are going to be able to impact our offense immediately. And I think that that's a big plus of not only having Coach Vincent as our offensive coordinator, but having players that just played under him coming here as well.
Now, of course, the Raging Cajuns report to training camp on Wednesday. Monday, however, is when high school football starts, and that means it's time for another trip on the Acadiana Kickoff Tour. A record 46 schools on this year's tour will go from Jeff Davis to St. Martin, Evangeline to Iberia to give you everything you need for the upcoming prep season. We start things off with the team that has raised the hardware the last 2 seasons, the Acadiana High Wreckin' Rams, this Monday. In fact, Lafayette Parish will be featured in this full month of 2-a-days. 2 schools will be profiled every day, with the team listed first at 6 and the second at 10. Make sure to log on to KHCC now for the full listing of teams. Now let's keep it to the gridiron, but hop over to the capital city. Preseason rankings are out for the Bayou Bengals, and they have nabbed the number 13 on the coaches poll top 25. This marks the 15th straight season of a top 25 ranking for the Tigers. A total of 8 SEC teams are among the rankings, and 4 of LSU's 12 opponents are on the list as well. Ohio State was naturally picked at the top slot to start the season. And well, it looks like Anthony Jennings will not be facing any charges of the alleged burglary that happened earlier this year. Jennings, along with Maquadius Bain and Dwayne Thomas, have been reinstated to the team. They'll be reporting for training camp this coming Wednesday. And off the gridiron onto the diamond, the Cane Cutters are on fire right now. They won an extra innings contest last night against the Marshals to keep their win streak alive at 8 games. They go on for their 9th win tonight against the Marshals. Hopefully they'll get it done. That's a pretty good win streak going on for them right now,
not bad at
especially
all.
going into the postseason play for Summer Bowl.
Okay, thank you, Claire. Rob, how's the forecast?
Well, looking
Speaking of
better.
winning,
Yeah, well,
right?
they must like the heat. The heat stays on, but the humidity down, heading for the lower 70s tonight and tomorrow night. Tomorrow, 97, but we're going to say a comfortable 97, especially
Good.
if you're in the shade. Nice north breeze tomorrow as well.
Alrighty, thank you, Rob. Well, that's it for Acadiana's News Channel at 6. We hope you will join us again tonight at 10 o'clock. Until that time, everyone, have a wonderful evening.